Hello, this is Konstantin here from the Modern Guitar Liberation Academy, and today I have a really nice blues workout for you. Check this out. I'm hoping that most of you are familiar with this kind of like blues, Chicago blues bass line. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take each of these notes, every single one of these notes, and we're gonna turn it into a chord. Each of these notes will turn into a chord. Wait a minute, why? Why are we doing that? There are two reasons. Reason number one is because it's a fantastic skill to be able to do. You know, this kind of stuff. And the second reason is that it gives you a deeper insight on the fretboard. You get to learn your inversions in a really fun way. I mean, this is what we call root position. It means that we have the root on the bass. This is what we call first inversion. It means that we invert the chord and we put the third on the bass. We are in an A7, A dominant, in case like you didn't like figure that out. I can tell it to you, it's not a problem. It's an A dominant chord. So the root is on the bass, the third is on the bass, the fifth is on the bass, right? And then finally here we have that's like a little additional thing, that it's the sixth on the bass. We don't really do that, but forget about that. Let's jump into this one, which is what we call the third inversion, and it's where we have the seventh on the bass. So it's basically a dominant 7 arpeggio. It's like root 3, 5, 7, and they are all chords, right? And we have this passing sixth because it's part of the bass line. It's fun to turn this into a chord as well. By the way, I don't really have the time to explain each single chord and what notes it has in a small post for social media. So just bear with me. If you need more help, just feel free to ask me. But in the comment section below, for example. But I need to show you what in this video, not how. How would be like a 30-minute video, a 30-minute lesson at least. But let's talk about the what. And I'm pretty sure like if you put in some time and effort, you can work these things out. So this gives you a deeper kind of insight on the fretboard, and it's wonderful to see those things like that as well. You know what I mean? Instead of you go so the bass line here would be let's talk a little bit about each layer. The first reason, why is it wonderful to have this skill? We're mainly talking about what and why in this video. The how, again, is a full lesson, which I'm not doing right now. Why is it wonderful to have this skill, apart from the fact that it's fancy, you know? Well, it's practical. Most of the times that you'll be playing guitar, or some of the times that you'll be playing guitar, you will not be playing with a full band. Like you will not have a bass player, a drummer. It might be just you and the singer, or maybe like you will be the singer and the guitar player at the same time. So it's wonderful to have this skill to adapt into different environments and different situations as a guitar player. The guitar is not only made to play in a 4-piece with like drums, bass, guitar, and vocals, you know, which is the standard thing. It's made to adapt in various different scenarios. So when you don't have a bass player, you need to become the bass player. So it's but you're also the guitar player. So you play bass and chords. So the great thing about this concept is that to have the freedom to pick at will, on command, when you will play the chord and when you will not play the chord. So it's up to you, like to go like, and you see I'm messing with the syncopation here. It's not like, it's rhythmic freedom. So like sometimes you might decide to not play so many chords, like just go, you know what I mean? Sometimes you might want to play your chords on the downbeat with the bass. So and sometimes you might want to play your chords on the upbeat, syncopated. You know what I mean? So it's a wonderful skill to have. And also it gives you, as I said, that was the first layer, the practical aspect. And the second layer is the fretboard navigation, implementation of your harmonic material, your devices on the fretboard, which basically gives you a deeper insight on the fretboard. I put the third in there. I put the fifth in there. Like, it makes you more aware of your chord tones and your intervals on a practical basis. And that's a wonderful thing. I don't even need to go deeper on that. We could, but we won't. So let's now basically, since we explained all of that, let's now put all the pieces together and play on the blues form. A 1, a 2, a 1 and 2, 3, and. So this was the entire form of the A blues, okay? This is not a beginner's lesson, as you can already understand. So I'm not even gonna break down what is the 12-bar blues. So basically here, it's really, really extremely important to understand the deeper aspect, which is establishing the relationship with your instrument, the kind of relationship with your instrument that the average piano player has. So the level of the musical level, I'm not talking about technique and stuff, right? The musical level of the average guitar player, this is the guitar player on my right hand, is way below the average level of a piano player. And I'm not talking about classical piano players. I'm talking about modern piano players. Let's compare. It's not nice to compare in a kind of competitive way. I'll get to that in a bit. I'm not doing it in a competitive way. I just want to communicate a message here. So it's the average modern guitar player with the average modern piano player. The musical level is way, there's a big gap here. And I mean, okay, we have a pretty damn complicated instrument to visualize. The whole thing with the major third here, which messes up everything, and you have to learn everything 15 different ways. Yeah, the piano player is in a single line and it's easier to visualize. I get it. But there are ways to overcome these barriers, these obstacles, let's put it this way, that the instrument is putting in front of us. There are ways to overcome them. I just want to be really clear about that. So if you've been watching all these wonderful guitar players that you admire, and how they're able to do those stuff, like Tommy Emmanuel or Derek Trax or like John Mayer, or even the jazz people like Wes Montgomery. I don't know, it's like the list is endless, you know. So if you've been watching all of these people, their level of musicality is like way up there. So it's not a thing about like piano versus guitar and stuff. It's more about understanding that studying guitar through a purely visual and parrot mindset, fret numbers and tabs and fretboard diagrams, and let's just copy and paste patterns here and there. You know what I mean? Doing this kind of stuff, learning songs through tabs and fret numbers and all this thing is not really gonna help you upgrade your musicality if those tools that I mentioned are your main tools. So I just want you like to really communicate that one of the biggest things that helped me grow to the point that I am now was that at some point in my life I had some tutors, some mentors, some guitar mentors who helped me to upgrade and shift my mindset. It's all about shifting your mindset. And I wouldn't be the guitar player that I am today if it wasn't for my mentors. I have to really help people understand this, okay? If it's like, if you can see the path clearly in front of you and you know exactly what to do, perfect, walk it alone. If you cannot, you need someone to help you find the path. If you want to break away from relying on a way of learning that is not musical, relying on tabs and fret numbers and fretboard diagrams and YouTube videos and like copying and pasting stuff like a parrot mindset kind of thing is not musical. So if you really like are interested into becoming a well-rounded musician, I might be able to help you. I'm not sure because I don't know you and I don't know your case. But if you are a good fit for what I do in the Modern Guitar Liberation Academy, I will be happy to offer you a slot. I will just need to first of all make sure that you are coachable and that you can indeed, you are willing to shift your mindset and you're willing to go for stuff that are outside of your comfort zone. Because if we work on the stuff that are inside our comfort zone, we will never grow. And I need to be certain that you are willing to commit and devote into this. So if all this sounds exciting to you, just reach out. We'll book a free call. I'll be like 100% honest and straight up front with you. It does require some hard work. It does require devotion. It does require you to put at least 1 hour a day or at least 45 minutes a day to actually practice 5 days, 5 times a week. And it does require a certain level of seriousness and devotion and focus into the process. Yes, I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. And if you go for like all these people who are bombarding your feed with their become God guitar player in 2 weeks with my amazing program, like honestly, really, I've been studying for like 21 years and most of them have been like focused with formal university level music education, have like various different guitar mentors, and you'll become God guitar player in 2 weeks. Good luck with that. If you don't want to become God guitar player in 2 weeks, but you want to devote into a serious process and you want to cut through all the BS and find your own unique path and to reach your own full potential at your own pace, then feel free to reach out and see if and how I might be able to help you. Okay? Thank you for watching, and Take care. I hope you enjoyed this video and I was able to shed some light into your own personal musical path. Okay? Cheers.